Does the eyes in your drawings look wonky and unappealing? Because mine did, but I learned things that make drawing eyes much easier. Therefore, let me show you today a couple of things that will help you draw much better eyes quicker and easier. Let's start with some super important basics for drawing eyes, which is a placement of them. So for me, the eyes are actually the anchor of everything. Because of them, we can place a lot of things on the face. Things like obviously eyebrows, nose, jaw, ears, even the length of the neck and mouth. We can show a lot of things and it's really helpful. And also disclaimer, this is how I draw eyes. It depends on the character you're drawing and also on your art style. Where I place my eyes in drawings is usually in the middle of the head. So I count it as the chin. So from the chin to top of the head, somewhere around there, I place a line like that, and in the middle between this and that, I place my eyes. Now, for an art style like anime, we can place the eyes much lower, around probably somewhere around here, something like this, boom. And pretty much in anime art style, the lower you put your eyes, the younger the character will look. You can also still place them in the middle in anime art style. Depends on the character that you want to draw. Then a little bit above that, we have eyebrows, and that's just a good landmark to have, this horizontal line, boom, for the eyebrows and for the eyes. And with that we can tell a lot of things and we can place a lot of things on the face. Now, other important thing when it comes to drawing eyes, so for me I always start with the eyes, but after the basic shapes, so the cranium, and then I place my lines, everything, and then I place eyes. But I pretty much never eyeball it, so I don't really place it here one, boom, other. Not really, I just mark them. So if we have our cranium, then what I usually tend to do and try to achieve is place them in pretty much from the middle line. I just place a mark somewhere, then another one, and I try to make this length of the eye the same as space between them. So try to have one eye length between these eyes. So on this it would look something like I place one, then second, and there would be like the side of the head. So I take this, maybe here, maybe a little bit further, and I just compare this with this, and this is much smaller, so maybe we can move this a little bit more inside like that, boom, and now they're around the same, something like this, boom. We take now this length here, place it maybe here, and we can try to move it here, okay, and here you see it's too small, so we can push it more to the side like that, boom. So this is what I do. And then on the outside, so pretty much from the corner of the eye to the side of the head face, I just tend to do half of the eye length. So this would be 0.5, 0.5, and here 0.5. This is the same. Pretty much it creates the width of the head with 4 eyes. So here 1, 2, 3, and then half and half gives us 4 combined everything. As far for the actual height of the eye, it depends on also the character you're drawing. Some might have a lower eyelid, some higher. Also depends on expression. More surprised face would have the upper eyelid higher, and also raised eyebrows. And now with the eyes in place, at least marked eyes, we can place other things. So next thing is we can place our nose with eyes. So for me, whenever I draw nose, it's usually just thinner than the actual eyes. So I often see that a nose would be as wide as the space between the eyes. But for me, I just like make smaller noses. Then another thing, when we have our iris, then around the pupil level, or basically around this here, so from the side of the iris to the pupil, I somewhere around here place a line for the corners of the mouth. That we can also do. Then the upper eyelid usually aligns with the top of the ear, and then we can also tell with the bottom of the nose where the bottom of the ear would be. Here it's a little bit smaller. But also next thing that eyes lets us do is divide the face into thirds. Therefore, a little bit above the eyeline we have eyebrows, then in the middle from the eyebrows to the chin we have our nose, boom, and then we take this length here, put it on the forehead, and we have face divided in thirds. Just keep in mind that these proportions are for a generic, beautiful or good looking face. You can always play with these proportions depending on the character you want to draw. So we can tell the thirds by the eyes, the width of the nose, the width of the mouth, the ears, but also we can tell the length of the neck. So a good rule for me is pretty much from the chin to the eye line. I take this length and I put it lower at around the level of the connection here. So again, we take this length here, boom, from that, and we have the length of the neck. So here is where I usually just put a collarbone. We can also see another measurement that I also like to do from the mouth to the eyebrows, and then basically from the chin to the same place here. That's a cool, like a tip I learned. And also, if you want to learn more in depth about drawing faces and also rendering faces, you can check out my classes, link description below. But now let's just jump to the next thing, which would be the shape of the eye. And here, the shape is pretty simple. If we see, we can divide it to pretty much just 2 lines for the upper eyelid, boom, or even 3. So 1, 2, 3. And then 2 for the bottom one. And here we can see, for example, in this we have 1, 2, then 1, 2. So 1, 2. Then here we have 1, 2, 1, 2. Boom. We have here a curve, but whenever I draw like a curve, I still divide it into 2 lines. Same here, 2 for the upper, 2, 2 here. Here we actually have 3. Boom. Here again 2, here 2, here 3, and here 2. So upper eyelid 2 lines or 1 line, and then bottom one 2. So here we can maybe divide it into a 3 like that, or 1, 2, boom, and here. And also one thing that I struggled a lot whenever I wanted to draw eyes was I never knew where to put this angle here. Like, do I put it in the middle? Do I put it here? And here one rule that I realized, that I learned, is 30-70. So pretty much I divide this into something like that. And this here, maybe actually, let's push this more to the actual measurement and the eye. So here is the change. You can do this, boom, here and here. So this point here would be at around 30% from this inner corner. Of course, you can play with these proportions. You can push it here and here, but this is just a good rule, a good base for me to keep in mind. Same here, boom, their point is here, and we can maybe measure this. So here would be middle, something like this. Then boom, from that to that we have, so there would be 25% maybe, and a little bit above that, maybe here would be 30 or something. So around this point here still. Even there we have more pushed because of the perspective. So it's more like that, boom, but still it can be divided into like maybe 30-40%. Here it's almost in the middle, more like, let me see, like 45 or even 50%. But yeah, simple rule. But another thing that you may struggle, that I also struggled, is the upper eyelid shape. So as you can see here, boom, this here is more Asian eye, which has less like an upper eyelid. Here, boom, boom. So one tip to make it much easier to draw is to start with a simple ball, like here. So we can draw a simple ball. Okay, that's an egg. Can draw a simple ball, maybe actually make it look like a ball, something like this, and then on top we can draw our eye. So boom, boom, follow the curvature, and then here 1, 2, 1. We don't have to really draw the lower eyelids, but basically follow the curvature. Here would be here, then we have our waterline, maybe a thicker line for the iris, for the eyelashes, maybe something like this, boom. It's more stylized eye, but whatever. But yeah, maybe erase this a little bit and push it like that. There would be maybe something like this, and we can actually get rid of this, maybe leave it like that. And we have a simple eye. I actually like to simplify the upper eyelid, so maybe something like this would be, it would also work for the curvature. So it would be something like this, like that, going from here. So here we have our ball again, boom, boom. It's really useful to just start from a ball if you struggle with placing like the actual eyelids. And depending on how detailed you want your eye to be, you can just draw a tear duct and also a waterline here, as you can see here, but you can skip that and the look will be more like stylized character. So we can even just erase the corners, and this way we'll create a more stylized looking eye. Boom. And we have here an eye. Also, one tip, if you make your brush shape a little bit bigger, you can actually see a circle, and with that you can quickly fix your circle here, and you have like a guideline that you can look and observe. Pretty neat. And from like a side view or other views, it would be more like an oval, so it's more for like a front view, and also the character looking directly in front. And also real quick, if you want to draw an eye from different angles, you will see that the shape will change. From drawing from a below angle, so we will look at the face from below, we'll observe that the lower eyelid will get more straight and the upper one will get more curved. So something like this. Boom. This will be, and then maybe an eye here, like this, as you can see here. Boom. More curved like that and more straight bottom. Now, if we see the eye from above, then the upper eyelid will get straighter, and this would probably should be something like this. Boom. And then the lower one will get more curved, as you can see here and here. But also we cannot really forget about the thing that gives our eyes a lot of appeal, which are eyelashes. And for me, there's many ways that I used to draw, that I draw them depending on the style that I want to go. But usually for me, it's just make the upper eyelid thicker, like this. Boom. Make like a ducktail here on the side. Boom. And basically this gives like an eyeshadow. I add a little bit, a couple of eyelashes. Boom. So here a couple of things. Pretty much simplify the basic shape of the eyelashes into one shape, as you can see here, here, and pretty much everywhere else. So here we have like, let's pick a blue color. Here we have one shape for all the eyelashes. And then on top, I put a couple of eyelashes grouped up. So instead of drawing like in some of these, like a bug looking eyes, so we have our eyes and we have 1000 of eyelashes. Boom. Instead of that, we want to actually group them up. So instead of a couple of them, just draw one thicker one, like here, here, maybe another here. So as you can see here, boom, one thicker, boom, and less is more. We don't want to draw a million of them. This has them like that, but yeah. And also you can vary the sizes, as you can see here. There is still a lot of them, but here's some smaller, some bigger, and some smaller, smaller, bigger. Boom. Yeah, and even here. And from like a 3/4 view or side view, you'll see that these eyelashes are actually curved. So from a side view, it would be something like this. Boom. It curves up like that. And bottom one curves down, and also are much thinner and smaller than the upper ones, which is something that a lot of people probably know. So yeah, group them up and less is more. Same for the bottom. Boom, a couple of them. This has too much, in my opinion. I mean, if you're going for like a more realistic look, then you can put more of them, but I prefer like a more stylized. So here, perfect example, one big shape for the eyelashes, and then a couple of eyelashes here. Boom, like that. So yeah. And also you may see already in these eyes is that the eyelashes fan out. So for example here, the closer they are to the side, the more rotated to the side. So here we have basic front, then a little bit to the side, more and more. We can see that basically they go like that. Boom, boom, boom. They just fan out. Instead, they're not really going like this. Everyone is not going in the same direction. They just go and curve to the corners. So they're not like that. That would look weird. They are moved to the sides, as you can see even here. Boom, boom, boom. Here probably would one face the viewer. And of course, other thing is the iris. First of all, the iris is the actual color of the eye. So we have an iris, boom. Then inside we have a pupil, which is the black space here. Then outside we have a little bit of black color, darker color. Boom, depends on the character. I've heard somewhere that it's how healthy the person is. But yeah, if it's healthy or if you want the character to have it will have the dark outside of the eye. But this is actually built like a ball. So from a front view, it doesn't really change much. But from a side view or from like a more view at an angle, it would actually look something like this. Boom, a little bit ball. So here we would have our ball like that. Then here would be pupil. Boom. And above that we have a cornea, which is the protective layer, and it gives this juicy highlights here. So pretty much we can actually take this here, boom, maybe here on the side. And now let's say this side is this side. So if we, for example, let's take this color here. If we have highlights here on this side, there would be actually here. But if the light shines, as you can see from this side here, boom, like that, then as the ball, the iris here, there would be the light. And we can also see here that there is more light on this side. This should be a little bit darker. The opposite side to the highlight will get more light. And even here, we have more light here, highlight, boom. Top we have highlights and bottom we have light, boom. And here is like more shadow here and there light, and here highlights. So basically it's like a ball again. So we have the iris here, boom, the pupil inside, and then cornea above, boom, like that. And also from a side view, whenever we draw an eye, then it would be something like this, a little bit of protruding eye. And also because the pupil is a little bit concave at the bottom of the bowl, then we wouldn't really see a pupil here because it would be actually somewhere around here. So this will be just like a little bit of color and like a more transparent thingy. Now from like a angle like that, the pupil would be closer to one side because it's a bowl again, boom, like that, boom, and then cornea above that. So yeah, highlight on one side, and then on the opposite side we'll have the light of the eye. So for example, this we can pick a color like that, boom, mark a quick pupil, maybe a little bit of side color, make bigger pupil. Now let's put highlights here, and then light would be on the opposite side somewhere here, boom. So this is a quick thing to remember and keep in mind. But again, if you want to learn more about drawing faces, you can check out my classes, link in the description below, and I'll see you in the next video. So bye.